Hi everyone, and welcome to our webinar. Hello wherever you are, and if you're just joining us, please do say hello in the chat. We'd love to know where you are in the world and say hello to you. So hi, someone's joining us from Finland there. Hi Marit. So we have got an amazing webinar lined up for you today, and we are going to be meeting Jade Parkinson Hill, who's joining us from Canva for Education. And another person you might recognize, I know and love, the wonderful Claudia, who is joining us. Claudia from Italy. How are you, Claudia?
I'm great. How are you, Louise? I'm so happy to be with you guys. Tonight, we will explore amazing stuff. So, Canva and ThingLink, the perfect duo for interactive learning. How cool is that? From designing amazing visuals to crafting immersive experiences like escape rooms, 360 degrees designs, and virtual tours, plus interactive portfolios. We will learn pro tips on how to wow our students and boost engagements. So this evening, we are going to create some serious magic together. How cool is that? I'm so excited.
Oh, Claudia, that's just wonderful. That was the best webinar intro I've ever heard you do. We've got people joining us from New York, Ukraine,
Wow.
Italy, other people joining us. So if you're just joining us, a huge welcome to you. And as always, we love your questions. We love your comments. Please do put them in the chat. Claudia is going to be putting them onto the screen for you and we'll be answering them. So any questions at all, please just shout out. And we will, of course, be emailing you after the webinar with an email that's going to include all the resources, all the links, so you don't have to worry if we share anything. And we put the link in the chat. We'll send it in the email as well, along with the slides. So, Claudia, you and I have absolutely loved ThingLink and Canva together for such a long time. But you're also not just a ThingLink certified trainer. You're not just a Wakelet, a Quizzes, a Moat ambassador, a book widgets, a book creator. You are also a Canvassador.
I am. I'm very proud of being a Canvassador because I've got creativity at hand and I can use Canva for whichever pots my shutter because I love it. I use it every day and it's a time saver, colorful, dynamic, creative. You've got it. I mean, I love Canva and so will you very, very soon.
I have to agree with you. I use Canva all the time. I just use it every single day. I don't think there's a ThingLink that I've ever created that hasn't had Canva in it, whether it's for the backdrop, whether it's the little videos. I make all our videos and Canva. Yeah, everyone's like coming on the chat and saying, oh, hi, we've got people from Canada joining us as well. Thank you, Cheryl. Yes, we think Canva is amazing. And yes, we think ThingLink is amazing too. So, we are now at that point where I think it would only be right for us to introduce someone who is joining us from Canva itself. We're hugely lucky and proud that Jade Parkinson Hill is joining us. Jade, how are you?
I couldn't be more excited to be here. What an absolute opener to a webinar. I'm really positive, we're all the creative people, ready to share the joy of immersive learning and Canva together. So yeah, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
A huge welcome. It's just a real pleasure to have you here. We did do a webinar with Canva and it was probably about 4 years ago, I think now. And Canva has just grown so much over the last few years. I mean, it's a phenomenal success. You have democratized graphic design, you've democratized the fact that people can actually even edit 360 images now. You don't have to use expensive programs. Anyone, I think that's your motto, isn't it? Everyone can create.
Absolutely, yeah. Empower the world to design. Anybody on any device, design anything. So yeah, it's really, I am privileged because I was a super fan of Canva before I joined. So I just feel so excited to be here and to be able to share Canva with educators.
Amazing. So Claudia is an educator by trade. My background is education as well, and technology. Jade, it'd be great if we heard a little bit about your journey and your background and your passions and how this has led you to be at Canva.
Yeah, so my career actually started in tech. And when I talk about how I ended up in education, I always say it was an accident, but actually it wasn't an accident, because my mum and my stepdad were both teachers. And actually myself and my siblings, we've all ended up in some kind of education role. But I started off working in one of the new academies in the UK, here in Liverpool. And I loved it straight away. I'd come from the tech sector where, you know, it was glamorous and there was lots of travel and it was amazing. And then I worked in an inner city school in Liverpool, and it then became my mission in life to introduce children to technology, introduce them to inspirational role models, to get involved in learning tech skills, entrepreneurial skills, because I wanted young people to have all the opportunities that I'd had in the tech sector. So yeah, and that thread, that mission has ran throughout my career. I've been a school leader. I ran a business called STEAM School. I've been a consultant. And then, yeah, this time last year, in fact, actually, literally this time last year, I made a Canva website on the Sunday night with my portfolio, decided I wanted a new job. I said to my friend, I'd love being a community manager, but I'd like to do it in a different company because I was working international hours. And on the Wednesday, I saw the job at Canva. So literally 3 days. And I sent in my Canva website and said, I'm a super fan. This is what I've done. This is what I'd like to do for you. And that was it. That is my story. That's how I ended up at Canva. It was like fate.
It was. They are very, very lucky to have you. And that just goes to show, you know, if you do love a product, and we did a webinar about this a couple of weeks ago, and it was, you know, how people could move from being an educator into instructional design. But we also talked about how educators could move into ed tech roles as well. So that's a really, really nice example. So don't ever be afraid to reach out, become part of the community, become that super fan, and then contact them. So
absolutely
amazing. So there are lots of people who are joining the webinar today. We had something like 400, 500 signups. And some people might have come via the Canva route, so they might not know about ThingLink. And there are lots of people who are joining us who love ThingLink and maybe don't know so much about Canva. So shall we start our webinar? I'll give a little bit of background about ThingLink and then I'll hand over to you. And then we're going to look at how you can bring them both together. There's templates in Canva that people can access. And you're going to tease us with some of the Droptober updates as well. Okay, great. I'm just going to share my screen again then and go back into ThingLink. So ThingLink this last year has just, there's been so many updates, and it's been really interesting because a lot of tech companies now are not even thinking about their roadmap in 6 months or even 9 months or even a year ahead. They're thinking, what have we got to do today and now? Because of the introduction of AI, and everyone is upping their game and looking at new ways in which they can help people to be more creative. And that's for teachers and both students as creators. And I know Canva's on exactly the same journey. So ThingLink next year, what's our kind of big news? So you will see that the ThingLink editor has advanced features, things that are just going to make life a lot easier for you in terms of creating. We've got new tags, the new question tag, and I'll show you some of the new features in a second with the editor. But if you haven't seen, we also now have a way for you to create branching scenarios so that you can create pick your own path style adventure games. Or you could turn a PDF or a PowerPoint that you downloaded, or even your Canva slides, you can download, upload them into ThingLink, and we'll create that branching scenario for you. One of the other things, which is a really nice pairing with Canva, is that you will be able to create a 360 photosphere just with your phone by taking a panoramic image. And that panoramic image you can then upload to ThingLink, and it will turn it into a photosphere for you. So you could turn your classroom with just a mobile phone into an interactive room and create your own escape rooms. But also, how many times do you have a 360 camera on you? I do have a 360 camera, and it lives in my desk drawer, and I always forget to take it out. So, but I always have a mobile phone with me. So I'm able to then take a panoramic image and convert it into that photosphere. We also have an AR app, so you can create augmented reality experiences, again, for your classroom. And Claudia, I know that you've been making some phenomenal examples of these in action.
Just magic. It's just magic.
So
no, I swear, I'm in love with this. I'm in love. It's amazing.
So if you haven't used ThingLink before, when you do get these slides, if you click on this slide, it will take you to a little overview where you can see there are 5 different types of base media. You can upload an image, and this is an image that I created with Canva, and I've just added little videos into that. And this is customer service skills, ThingLink, to show in action that kind of multimodal experience. So I've got here, you can learn about be welcoming, and I've got a welcoming video that I've used from Canva, and I've just downloaded that and added that to that tag. Then, of course, as I mentioned, you can create your own 360 images and add tags. Here I've got another video that I've used from Canva, which is a golf video, and I've got my tags along the timeline, so that that's not me playing golf. I wish it was. But then, you know, you can make the experience interactive. And imagine, you know, taking your own videos of experiments, those kinds of things. You can even upload 360 videos and add your tags to it here as well. So I've done that. So you can explore all this, but you can also add our now 6 tags types. You can add plain text and media tags. You can have your plain label tags. You can use our embed tag, and you can embed even the Canva slides in there as well. You can add a question tag, and this is a great way to check comprehension, and our transit tag, which enables you to hop from one ThingLink to another. And also, did you know it's not just Canva you can add into an embed tag, you can also embed ThingLink directly into your Canva slides as well. So the synergies there just work perfectly. And some of the updates very, very quickly for you. So if you click on this slide in the deck, you'll see now we have our guided mode. So this shows you all of your tags and sequence. These light up like little beacons. But you can also, if I go into my editor here, I can put on locked mode. And what this does is it locks each of the tags so that you have to follow them in sequence. So that's just a really nice way of being able to guide your learners through the tags in sequence, but also you'll see this hover over preview also helps to reduce cognitive overload, because it gives you that snippet of what's in that tag before you open it, and all of those will open in sequence. Some nice comments coming through. Yeah, Pano to 360 is a game changer. That's been really, really helpful. So I think that's probably enough about me sharing ThingLink, because as you've seen from those examples, you know, there's so much you can do, but there is a really nice way in which you can use Canva to create your virtual tour front doors, your portfolios and more. But enough from me. I think it's time for me to hand over to Jade, who is going to show you all about Canva and some of the latest things. So Jade, do you want to go ahead and share your screen, and I will remove mine so I can add yours in. There you go. Over to you.
Perfect. Well, okay, let's start. So as Louise said earlier on, Canva is on a mission to empower the world to design. We were formed in 2013, and since that time we have enabled people who are non-designers to be able to design anything in every language on any device. Now, excitedly for everybody on this call, in 2019, Canva introduced Canva for Education, because not only are we on a mission to empower the world to design, we want to do as much good in the world as we possibly can. And since that date, now we have 70 million students and teachers using Canva every single month, which I think is just a phenomenal number. Together, they've created 1.5 billion designs, and we're used in over 190 countries. And a lot of the features that I'm going to show you now are very much for teachers. They're all about kind of supercharging your creativity, helping you to be more productive, and in terms of planning those lessons, creating amazing, immersive educational experiences. But the thing to remember about Canva is that when your students use Canva, they're developing all of those amazing skills that they need for when they leave education. So communication, storytelling, collaboration, teamwork, everything that they need for the future of work. Okay, so before we dive into some Droptober features, I'd love to share with you just some hidden elements of Canva for Education that not a lot of people know about. So hidden fact number one is that in addition to the 3.8 million non-education resources which are available to you with your free education account, so that's templates, photographs, video, audio tools, elements, we've also created a library of education-specific resources. You'll find a global library, but then also we've just started to develop some language-based libraries as well. So to keep an eye on that library is expanding every single day. We also have over 100 ready-to-teach lessons, which have been developed with big brands like NASA and the New York Times. So take a look at those. They are ready-to-go lessons that you can use with your students. If you've already developed some resources and you'd like to add them to Canva, you can do this really easily just by using our upload tool. Our Magic AI will recognize all the fonts and the images, and then you'll be able to enhance them with Canva tools. And then again, another tool that we'd love you to use in Canva Education is the ability to be able to share lessons and track progress. If you haven't already discovered this feature, I recommend that you take the teacher certification course. I'm going to include a link at the end of the session, and that will walk you through those classroom features and how to use them. Okay. Let's move on to all of our exciting new features that were launched as part of our Droptober campaign. For those of you that don't know, we have two drops every year. One is at Canva Create in May time, and the second is in October. So let's see what exciting things we had to offer this year. So some of you may have already used our Magic Media tools, which are text to image AI tools. We've added a super powerful new app called Dream Lab. which is a result of our acquisition of Leonardo.ai. But now you can make photorealistic images, illustrations. You can add text to your image as well. It is amazing. I recommend you give it a try, have a play, and see how much of your research time you can cut down in terms of finding images that you need for your lessons. You should be able to create them in seconds with DreamLab. We've also added some new features to charts. So we've expanded the types of charts that you can make, and we've also added animated charts for that extra wow factor. I love, this is one of my favorite AI tools in Canva for Education. So if you head on over to Whiteboards, you can use our AI sort tool to take everybody's sticky notes and organize them either by topics or by the author, or also by the reactions. This is another little beautiful addition to Canva. We've got these great emojis that you can add to Whiteboards to celebrate, to comment on your collaborations. This, again, another clever tool in the whiteboard feature. You can select all of everybody's additions, all the sticky notes within a whiteboard, and then collate a summary. So then you could take this summary and you could add it into a doc, or you could leave it on the whiteboard. But it's a great way to summarize collaborations, either from your teacher colleagues, or maybe this is something that you could use in your classroom as well to aid discussion. Polls and quizzes is a great new feature. It can add a little bit of interactivity to your presentations, and it's a great way to check learning and get feedback from your students in your lessons live. I love it, it's great fun. We've also upgraded Magic Write. So now you can refine and tweak your text to perfection with some one-click commands. Again, go and have a play around with this. It's a great way to create lesson plans, but also to maybe summarize documents, to write newsletters, letters home, and again, a great tool to use with students to kind of extend their creative writing as well. Captions is now live, so if you've got some videos that you upload to Canva, you can select them, press the captions button, and very quickly you've got some videos which have some accessibility features added to them. You can also take the captions and you can change them, change the fonts, put your brand colours in, just so you get those really visually stunning images. We've also added 3 new content libraries to the Canva Media Library, including PocStock to champion diversity in design, Artlist. So this adds really professionally quality content, video, music, and on-trend templates. So you'll be able to find them in the App Store. And then everybody's favourite, Disney. So we've got a whole library of Disney templates and Disney stickers that you can now add to your digital designs. Okay. For those of you who may be unaware, Canva also acquired an English company called Affinity for Education in May of this year. Affinity for Education is a fantastic pro design tool used by illustrators, photographers, game designers, professional designers, and we've actually made this 100% free for Canva for Education users. So if you haven't found that tool already, suggest you go and take a look on the internet, and you'll be able to sign in with your Canva for Education account. Okay, so this is how to get that Canva for Education account if you haven't already got one. There are 2 routes. So you can follow the QR code on your left, which all of these links are going to be in your follow-up email if you don't manage to screenshot them. But the first option is super quick. It's canva.com/education, and you can apply for your own teacher account. And you will need to supply some teacher ID. But once it's approved, you'll be able to invite your colleagues and students into your Canva classroom.
Jade, we've got a question. Fiona has said, "Hi Jade, is the privacy use still age 13 for Canva and all of these products?"
So that's a really, really good question. Once you're on the school domain, which you can see here, what we advise schools to do is to follow your own internet safety policy. Number one, that's absolutely the recommended way to go. But you're in control of whether or not your students use these AI tools or not. So you can switch them off for students. You can also keep them on. It's entirely up to you. The recommended age is 13, but we do have some schools primary schools who have, through the sign-off policies that they have with parents, are using some of those AI tools with younger students.
And then, thanks, Jade. And then another question, can Affinity be used on Chromebooks?
It can't, sadly, no.
Okay. Is there maybe plans for it to be available on Chromebooks at some point?
I am sure that there will be. I wouldn't expect that to come in the next year, because I think there are some other developments that team are working on.
Thanks ever so much. I just wanted to make sure we picked up those questions before we carried on and lost them.
Love it. Thank you. The next way to secure your account is to actually verify your school domain or your trust or district all in one go. So if you screenshot the QR code on the right, it will take you to a form. And then you might need to work with somebody who does your ICT, your network management, to complete that form. But once you have been through that process, you can create accounts for every staff member and every student. So it takes a little bit longer, but it's worth the investment of your time, because you get that control at the back end to kind of switch tools on and off. You also get some additional tools like the brand kit. So I highly recommend you maybe have a play around with the teacher verification, but invest some time in applying for a school domain. Okay, so here are some other tools, some of the resources that you might want to take a look at. Last summer, Canva launched Teacher Essentials. It's a 60-minute self-paced course which will walk you through all of our classroom tools, some basic design skills, and you get a certification at the end of it, so well worth diving into that. And then of course we have Facebook communities all over the world, which you are free to join. The QR code is for the UK one, but if you look at our education page, there will be links to join communities all over the world. And that's it, Louise. I am done.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Let's bring Claudia back as well, because we've been looking at the chat and making sure the questions are covered. There's one here. Does the teacher have capabilities to turn tools off, or does it have to be the IT larger management?
It would be the IT. You would do that at an admin level. Okay.
Thanks ever so much, Jade. There's so many things I didn't know that Canva has. I mean, yeah.
It's exciting, isn't it? It's difficult. It's developing at such a pace that, but the thing that I love about Canva, and I say this every time on webinars, is that even though we're introducing all these new features, once you know how to do one thing on Canva, and that might be change a template, create a newsletter, those skills you can take and use them to create a video, a podcast, or a website. It's just really, really intuitive to use.
Someone's mentioned, hi, Lorraine, Canva is integrated into ThingLink. Are all these features available through my ThingLink account? So what we tend to do is we link your Canva account to your ThingLink account. So if you go into ThingLink straight off, and I can do this right off the bat here to show you. So if I go into my media and I hit the create button and say I want to create an image, you can see that I've got the design with Canva option because we have this wonderful integration. And that's been there for a number of years, actually, because we just love, you know, the way that you can pair them together. Thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, I'm going to be spending time after this webinar looking at things.
We all are. We all are.
Yeah. If you hit the design with Canva button, you can see that you can select any of these Canva templates. And there are other Canva templates as well that are specifically designed for ThingLink. But here you can create blank. And then when you create the design, it opens up Canva and it actually will take you directly into your own ThingLink account. So here you can see that you can go directly into your existing projects, and there you can see my webinar slides there. And that's how the integration works. It works so beautifully because you can create new stuff, you can use templates, but you can access all of the existing stuff that you've created as well and bring those directly into ThingLink. And if you've got a ThingLink that you've created with Canva, you can go back in and switch out the background and edit it again and again. So you never need to worry because you're not limited. You can change things, change the backgrounds whenever you want to. So yeah, absolutely. Great question there. And yeah, you can look here, you can just save that to ThingLink directly. I was just going to pull up, I think I had it here ready, but also if you want to, in your Canva account, I'm just going to go back into it here. And if I go on to the home here, you can see that you can search your content and Canvas here. You can go into find any of these templates or create your custom design, but you can actually search directly for ThingLink in the Canva templates. And there you have all those classrooms. So you could create an interactive choice board, a weekly planner. I love this one. You've got a lesson plan, weekly calendar. You've got all of these and they're there for you. I mean, that couldn't be better, could it? Thank you to Canva for creating all of those wonderful examples. Now, Claudia, you have been creating some portfolios with Canva and ThingLink. Is that right?
I have, Louise, I have. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to give portfolio a twist because I wanted to, to create something like a flipped classroom for my students. And so this is a portfolio, it's a template that I took from Canva, but in the end, I basically translated into a history lesson. So if you have the kindness to show my template. So basically, I just used up smashing everywhere. So I took a TikTok video and I decided that Henry VIII was my favorite star of the day. So before Henry VIII, I just spoke about the War of the Roses. And so just to have, background knowledge and to go from there. And then, of course, you can enter with conditional formatting with the little arrow. Can you press that one for me, please? That would be so great. Thank you so much. Thank you. There. So now you've got the Henry VIII portfolio. Can you just hover around about me so we can know a little bit more about Henry VIII, because then you have, hi, I'm Harry, so I'm the King of England, and etc., etc. And so here you have about me, you have his vision, you have his contact, if you want to contact him, you have his personal skills, just a summary of the great king that he was. And I just translated basically everything that you can have in your portfolio every day. with his, basically, I know I'm laughing to myself really, because sometimes I'm silly, but I think it's working for students, because then you go the extra mile and they say, oh wow, so basically every day it's impossible, of course, did the portfolio, so I can do it, I can use a template and I can achieve my potential, I can talk about myself, I can go out there and show my skills to other people, and you've got a template that it's an example to be followed. And yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm super excited about that.
No, I think it's fantastic, because what you're essentially doing is you're giving people a place to bring all of this type of multimedia into one place, and then they can just share it with the link afterwards as well. So everything's all on the one place. But young people are getting skills in design with Canva, but also in using the multimodal aspects. So this is essentially, you're creating a resume or an interactive portfolio for yourself, or you could create it for a historical figure and then bring in all of those types of different media. That's fantastic, Claudia. So we have another example as well, which I wanted to share with you. And that was some of the escape rooms that we've been doing, Claudia. So you and I have been working on escape rooms, and we thought, having this kind of background, and I'm just going to go into my ThingLink account and show you what that looks like. So we created these wonderful breakout from the greenhouse Canva templates. So this is actually a virtual tour front door, because if you're creating an escape room, you're creating a school tour, like a school virtual tour, you're creating any kind of experience, you don't just want to give people a link like this, because, that's great, but it almost needs that kind of first step, doesn't it? Because we want to enable people to understand what it is they're going to be doing. Are there any accessibility requirements? So with this one here, we've got a tag here, which is first the accessibility options. And
very important.
What was so lovely about this is that when we gave this task to students, they learn about the accessibility options in Canva, the accessibility options in ThingLink, because they were thinking about it not for themselves, but for other people that were going to be viewing their portfolios. And I think that's just a really nice, non-threatening way to then introduce the importance of making sure that everything you do now is accessible. And you don't even think about, whether someone's got accessibility requirements. You just think about accessibility for everyone, no matter what.
Yes, of course.
So we gave students this background in Canva, and then they could customize it themselves and then use it in the ThingLink. And then, of course, you could put your instructions about what to do next, so people feel guided, they feel supported.
And they know where they're going, because sometimes they get lost. Whereas if you give clear instructions, they know where they're going and they know what their goal is. And so they feel secure. They don't feel they're losing any face. They're okay, They say, yeah, we're going to play. Let's play together. And so it's fun. It's learning, but it's fun. So it's good.
Absolutely. And then, of course, we've got our tour tag, which is a ThingLink tag. So this is an image created with Canva, uploaded into ThingLink, and you can see here that I had my folder with my various 360 scenes, my virtual tour front door or my escape room front door, and then all I need to do is use the transit tag, which then takes you into the escape room. And here, because this is all about the growth sequence, here's my embedded growth sequence, which you saw from the earlier ThingLink that I showed you, that's embedded into the embed tag. And then the idea from this is that you would learn all about the stages in the growth sequence, and then you come through to the escape and you've got to answer the question. Now, this is really simple idea, but if I can put it together, anyone can put it together, but how about students creating their own escape rooms to be able to demonstrate their knowledge and then share them with each other so that they can peer assess and try them out? So this could be a single project for a student, or they could work in pairs or groups and create their own escape rooms. I think this is just lovely. Escape rooms are just so popular at the moment. So some really nice examples. And then, of course, you could app smash, couldn't you, Claudia? You could have your quizzes in there, quizzes questions, your Canva questions. And didn't you create an escape room list of all of the apps that you could use to create these kinds of things?
And then, of course, like Marit said, the creativity is the only limit, because, you know, we can create, we can have fun, we can learn ourselves, because maybe sometimes we're not that good as teachers, you know, we go the extra mile and say, let's see if I'm good enough and doing that, you know, I'm going to try. And then we're so satisfied because, yes, we made it. And our students are proud of us. And this is the greatest achievement, because we are learning, we are on a learning path ourselves. So it's not that we are perfect, we are learning, we keep on learning, of course. And so, you know, it's even let's say social emotional learning, because students know that we are going the extra mile for them. And this is amazing. And this, I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm sorry, I'm so excited when I talk about that, but it's because I love it and I feel it, you know, and, you know, that's why.
And then, of course, when you're ready to share, you'll be able to hit on the share button there, and then you've got different options that you can use. So you can hit the embed, and then you're given this iframe code here. If you copy that, and then back in Canva, so I'm just going to go back into my Canva account here. You can see that I've got my lovely presentations. I do all my presentations in Canva now. And here I'm just going to create a presentation. And you can see here that I have got little options. But did you know there's a little helper now there that's got quick actions? And if I hit the quick actions, it asks me what I want to do. And I'm going to go to the embed link. And now you can see that I can paste my link in there, hit the return button. Oh, I think I might have used the wrong link there. Let me go back and get the right link. So I know what that is. I'll just come back in here. So if I go to share and I get the share link, this one, hit the copy, and then back in here, I can put my link in there and hit the enter button. And now that magic is happening. Oh, and there we have it.
Now the magic is happening. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can actually then, you can see that I can make that bigger. And then, of course, all I need to do is I can share that link, and I can embed all of the other features and use the other Canva ideas as well. So it just plays so beautifully. So if you didn't see it before, if I hover over here, you can see that little quick actions there. Jade, that's great, isn't it?
I love it. I think it's amazing. I just love everything that you've shown today. It blows my mind. And I think if I was a student in a classroom using a tool like this, like how exciting would be, my learning would be. It's just so visual, and I love it.
And someone's put a question in here as well. They've got a Canva design that's 5 pages created as an image with 5 pages. So what I tend to do when I'm doing something like that is, if I go to, so I can show you with another of my designs. So if I just go back into my home page here, and you can see here that I've got lots of designs here. There's this one here that's got 2 pages. And what I do is I click on the share button, and you can download the options here. So instead of using the PDF function, so I get the pages, what I do is I download the PNG files. So if I download both of those, you can see that they're downloaded. And then I go back into my ThingLink account, and I'm going to show you this right in front of you. So if I go to ThingLink here now, you can see that I can go into my media page and start creating. So because I'm on my Mac today, what I can do is go into my create button and I can hit the image here. And you can see that I've got these import from device. Now that Canva file that I just downloaded will actually be a zip file. So what I can do is go into my recent items, for example, and I can make sure that if I go into my file, let me just go into my Finder window. Hopefully you can see this. Can you see this? Oh no, because it's on. It's because I've got a different. Let me just open that. That'll work. Right. So let me just, because I've got different windows popping up. So if I now click on my upload from device, and then I go into my downloads, there'll be a folder there with both those images. And I just opened both of those images from that zip folder and hit the continue. And both of those images are now ThingLinks that I've just downloaded from Canva, multiple pages. Wow. It's that easy to do. But that's a really nice place to come to, because this is another of my favorite Canva ThingLink mashups. So what I really like to do with my courses, say I'm presenting a sort of monthly module, series of modules to a course of my students. So say we're going to do like 10 modules over the next term. That's the word I was looking for. So what I like to do is I like to present these interactive course outlines. And I know that I've shared this one with you, Jade, before, but I just love it because it's just so nice and interactive. But here I've created a course outline of the next 9 modules, and each is a tag that's got information about each of them. All interactive. They've got audio, video. If you're a student and you've got a 10 module course ahead of you, rather than just getting this on a PDF as a handout, you can actually look and and that's got a real TikTok feel. It just is that little video, but it's making me feel excited that I know what's coming, because my students can click on each of these. I've made them really accessible as well. So here I've got information about the final assessment. It all opens up in Immersive Reader so that you've got the accessibility options. All of this can be translated into whatever language that you want to translate it to. You've got text to speech, but also this is something that's going to work on any device. So when we looked at that escape room, that can be viewed on VR headsets. It will work on a mobile phone. It will work on absolutely any device. So we know that VR headsets are becoming more popular, but they might not be for every class. They might not be suitable for some ages. There might not be, they might be cost prohibitive for some schools. So you know that however you create your wonderful portfolios or escape rooms, all of those kinds of things can be accessed on any device, which I think is amazing too. We have only got 10 minutes left. So there's a few more things that we really wanted to show you. And one thing that I'm hugely impressed with Canva, and that's the ability to edit 360 images. And I found this amazing hack that you can do this. So I'm just going to go back into my ThingLink account here and show you that using the create function and then the 360 image, you can generate a 360 image from scratch in ThingLink. So here I can choose a style for my 360 image. I can describe what I want to create. So how about we create a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory style Wonka factory. I'm just making this up, of course. And here we can choose, you know, whatever kind of style that we want to. So for this, I'm going to choose, let's have some fun, photo reel, and click generate. And this is going to generate a 360 image for me directly in my account. So with Canva, you can create your 2D images and then upload those into ThingLink. Within ThingLink, you can generate 360 images as well as taking your own 360 images with your mobile phone. Here we have our enhanced prompt, which has been automatically selected because I chose to enhance the prompt. And we've got a whimsical, fantastical chocolate factory. And do you know what? Another great tip is if you cut and paste this, this is great for vocabulary lists. Students can use this. And going back to the question, this isn't just for 13, you can actually use this directly in ThingLink for all students. And then I'm going to hit continue. And now this is going to be in my ThingLink account, ready for me to use. There we go. So I've got my Charlie and the Chocolate Factory style, and I can start adding my tags. But imagine there was something in this image and I just wanted to edit it. So say, for example, we wanted to remove this tree. Now, with ThingLink, you can click on the 3 dots and go to View Source Media. And then this gives you the option to actually right-click and save that image onto your desktop. So you can save the 360 images that you've created. Now, back in Canva, say I want to edit that image. This is a really nice tip. All 360 images are actually just twice as wide as they are high. So they're 2:1 images. So I've created a custom size, which is 2000 times 1000. I can click on my uploads, upload that file that I just downloaded, which was my 360 image. All I need to do then is drag this image over onto this custom size. You can see it's an untitled design at the moment. There we go. Set that image as the background. And now this is very cool. If I click on the edit button here, you can see Canva's Magic Studio. And remember, I just wanted to get rid of this tree because it isn't right in my Wonka image. And I'm going to use the magic eraser. I'm going to click on this here and then erase, and it's going to remove that tree for me. And now all you need to do is download that image and then upload it back to ThingLink, and you've edited your 360 image as you would like to. So I think that's another really nice way in which you can use ThingLink and Canva together. What else do you need to create and make immersive experiences with? There you go. It's removed that tree for me. So all I need to do now is click the share button, download. You can see it's saving that image as 2000 times 1000. Download, and then I can upload that back into ThingLink. So there you go. So much you can do with it, and we've only got a few minutes left, so I'm just going to go back to my slides. So on this slide, I've put a link to that ThingLink so you can have a look at it. We've given you this as a Canva template, so you can use this actual Canva background. We've also got some other lovely examples. These are just using the Canva ones. And then on this example, the school, which is Crossway Primary, big shout out to them. Jade and I are massive fans of all the work that's being done with Matt and the team there at Crossway. But they've just used Canva's student portfolio and then just link the slides together. So they used Canva, added these buttons in, and then used the tour tag to be able to enable students to create these backgrounds with Canva templates, make them all about themselves, and then link them together to create their interactive portfolios, add the tags with other types of things that they're particularly proud of that they can add into their ThingLink portfolios, and there it is, they're ready for them to share. So another few things just before I wrap up. I've mentioned the tag preview on Hover. You saw this on Claudia's portfolio. We've now added transparent tags, so you can use those in your ThingLink creations as well. That was another, you said we did. We love your feedback and your suggestions. And then if you haven't seen it already, we now have our new AI powered ThingLink scenario builder. And I can just show you that and what it looks like. So in your ThingLink account, and this is for all accounts, you've got access to this. If you go into scenarios, you'll be able to create a scenario, and I'll just call this test. And you can create with AI, and you'll be able to upload a PDF, and purely with that PDF, it will be able to create a whole branching scenario for you. So I think that's probably enough from me. We've gone through so many nice different aspects of ThingLink in action. On the slides, you'll be able to have a look at a video example of that as well. If you ever have any questions about ThingLink, just email Ivan, support@thinglink.com. There's a link on this slide as well. And if you've got any other ideas or suggestions for us, we would love to hear them. As you have attended this webinar, there is a certificate for you. You'll get in the email that will be sent out to you. And we've purposely left it blank so that you can upload this into your Canva account and add your name. We wouldn't want it to be any other way, would we, Jade? No, Claudia. We always like people to be able to add their own names in. So I think that's enough from me. We've given you, hopefully, oh, lovely. Thank you for such lovely comments. Jade, any last thoughts from you or any other ideas that you'd like to pass on to everybody today?
I just want to say thank you for being part of this just wonderful, what a wonderful way to spend a Wednesday evening, you know, get over the midweek hump by coming and getting some really great inspiration from other people in education. So thank you for that. And yeah, we're in the links that we'll share after this webinar, there are the links to get your Canva account, but also a teacher work kit, which I should have mentioned earlier. There's some hidden gems in there, including how to create a podcast. So in Canva, so take a look at that as well.
And somebody said that they didn't realize you had the certification as well.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's amazing. So you can go and become Canva certified. I know that I've done it myself, and it's not high stakes. It's just designed to enable you to get the best out of Canva. So thank you. Some amazing comments coming through. Any last thoughts, Claudia? We love having you on these webinars. You bring so much energy to it.
Thank you. I'm just blown away every day when there's a webinar with ThingLink and Up Smashing. I'm always jotting down notes like frantically because I'm always learning something new. And this is amazing because it's just, you can see so much potential. And this is just major for both ourselves and our students. So thank you so much, Jane. Big fan of yours. You're amazing. Thank you. And of course, Louise. Love you so much, you know. Thank you
the comments coming through are just amazing. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We love it. We wouldn't be able to do what we do if it wasn't for you and your feedback and all of your suggestions. So from me and on behalf of the whole ThingLink team, Thank you for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful evening, afternoon, morning. If you're watching on the catch-up later on, you'll still have all of the resources that we've shared. And thank you for being part of our community. So it's a big thank you and goodbye from me. And yeah, take care, everyone. Thank you so much, Jade and Claudia. Mwah. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.